Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with the biggest box set review I've ever done on this channel or on the Now Spinning Magazine website. It's the biggest box set I've ever seen. Yes, it's the biggest box set I've ever seen, the biggest box set I've ever reviewed, and it is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I'm going to show you inside this box, and the reason why I'm able to do that and hold it in one hand is because this is only the lid. This is 45 discs, 2 books, a vinyl album. It's huge. This is the set, and literally it's 6 kilograms. It weighs an absolute ton, probably heavier than that actually. It's really heavy. And what I want to say to you, for those of you watching this thinking, well, I'm not really a Frankie Valli fan. No. I want you to watch this even if you're not a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons fan. Because what I want you to do is, whoever your favourite band is, whoever they are, whatever genre it is, I want you to imagine if the people behind that band did something like this for your favourite band. That's what I want you to do as you look at this. Because what I want to show you here is what can be done. Because if you are a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons fan, this will be the best thing you've ever seen in your life. Because the people behind this, and it's Madfish Records, really know how to do these box sets. And this has got to be the most impressive thing they've ever done. And I just want you to, so I'm setting the scene here, because I think that if you're not a fan, when you see this set, and then imagine who your favourite band is, and if something like this has been done for them, that's the thing. Here we go. This is a look inside Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, working our way back to you, the ultimate collection. Now, as I said in my preamble before you got to this part of my video, even if you're not a fan of this band, I want you to try and imagine who is your favourite band, and imagine if this kind of box set was produced for your favourite band. Okay, so I'm doing this for 2 reasons: for fans of Frankie Valli, but also for record labels and whatever your favourite band, to imagine that you had something like this. Now, I cannot illustrate how heavy this is, but this is the biggest box set I have ever unboxed. It's absolutely enormous. I think it weighs over 6 kilograms. It's absolutely huge. And I've unboxed many huge sets on this YouTube channel, on the Now Spinning Magazine website by Madfish, and this is Madfish, but this is huge. There are 45 discs in this. It's limited to 2,500 copies. It's compiled with the full cooperation and support of Frankie Valli and Bob Gaudio. There were 44 CDs documenting 1961 to 2016, featuring 31 newly remastered studio albums and all worldwide singles, including all the hits: Big Girls Don't Cry, Sherry, Beggin, The Night, December 1963, Oh What a Night, Who Loves You, Working My Way Back to You, Walk Like a Man. There are 800 plus tracks, including bonus live albums, demos, outtakes, B-sides, replica triple fold-out sleeve LP, issue of the genuine Imitation Life Gazette for the first time on mono vinyl, a hardback book with the Four Seasons story, contributions by Brian Wilson, Billy Joel, Barry and Maurice Gibb, and also a portfolio of single EP sleeves from around the world, collector's notes book from the Four Seasons Appreciation Society, Ken Charmer. Are you ready? I'll do my best to show you this. Now, all Madfish sets, the lid comes off like taking the top off an iPhone, but this would be like taking the lid off a fully formed Mac Right. I'm going to say that I've got a lot of room because it's so big, but I'll do my best to show you what's in here as we go through it. First thing here is collector's notes and track information, which I should be able to show you without moving anything around. So this in itself is full of detail for each disc, okay, has got its overview, where the bonus tracks are from, full information for each one. This is what collectors want. As I said at the start, imagine this had been done for your favourite band. What would you think? If this is your favourite band, then I believe at the time of me doing this video, there are 700 copies left in the whole world. So imagine this kind of detail for your favourite band. Amazing stuff. And that's just underneath the lid, right? I'm going to put that to one side. Next, I might have to move the box, which is not easy because it weighs so much. So I shall do my best. Sorry if my voice disappears, as I'm doing my best to stay in front of the microphone. So the next is the, as it said on the front on the hype sticker, this vinyl album, which is available in mono for I think the first time for decades. And just look at this, okay? The attention to detail. Are you ready? Look at this. It's a collector's item. How amazing is this? This is the vinyl album, right? Don't normally get vinyl albums in Madfish sets, especially when they're all about discs, but there's more. There's even a booklet within here, look. All exactly as it was in the original copy. And there's the vinyl album itself, sitting in the inner sleeve. Glorious mono. So that's the collector's item, the mono album in the middle. I'll put that back afterwards. So what's next in the set? Oh, the next thing in the set is the first of another book. I'll move this out of the way. And this is working our way back to the Ultimate Collection. These are the 45s now. So if you're a fan of this band, and the 45s is probably how you got introduced to them. This is a time when singles were so important. You can't imagine now, can you? Single tracks and stuff. But this is the time people collected 7-inch singles. The quality of the paper, again, the size of this book itself, dedicated simply to all the French, Australian, Swedish, New Zealand, Japan singles from the Four Seasons and Frankie Valli. And they just keep coming. Again, as I said, imagine this is your favourite band. Well, your favourite band may not have released as many singles as this, but for someone to go away and find out that whether it's in Chile, USA, Netherlands, Spain, Mexico, Norway, Belgium, Brazil, then yeah, whoever your favourite band is, there's probably singles released in every country on the planet. And Madfish have gone away and done some research and put them all in a book. All of them. And then with Frankie Valli, as we're coming up further to date, look, Greece now. It's amazing, isn't it? You've got to admit, it's just incredible. And then, well, what else could we do to make this even more perfect? Well, why don't we have the chart positions from every single country across the top of this spreadsheet, showing you that Big Girls Don't Cry. It got to number 5 in Japan. Did you know that? It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, there's another book. What else is in this box? It still weighs a ton. Another book. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at this one. Now, this one if I can look at this, this is a massive coffee table book already in a box. And the quality of the paper, look how shiny that is. Table of contents, got a lot of love between us. Years come and go by the Four Seasons remain Paul Sexton, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons interviews, track listing credits. Here we go. It's just amazing, isn't it? To have a book like this of your favourite artist. The amount of attention and love that's gone into this. Again, it's nice size font. Look at these pictures. It's Bob Crew Entertains 1962. It's like a window into another world, isn't it? You know, the Sherry, one of the hits there. And as we go through, it's just an amazing document. You know, the design, the layout, sheet music here for Big Girls Don't Cry. 4 albums in less than a year. But this is just this is as I've said before, and I'll say this when I do my review as well, because I've spoken to some of the people who are behind this box set, that this has been put together with a lot of passion for the artist, and I think a lot of focus on what could we do to make the ultimate box set for this artist. They are fans, and they look through the eyes of a fan when they create box sets like this. And Ian Crocker, who I've spoken to a couple of times now, I think they view this as probably the finest box set they've ever created. But Frankie Valli is a unique artist. He was still singing and on tour when he was, up to recently, when he's 92. So we've got somebody here who started as a teenager and has still been playing live up until the age of 92. So he's gone to every decade of modern popular music, and the Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons has always been there somewhere in the background. And as I'm whittering on, I'm still going through this book. We're in 2013 now. 2013, and the guy's still doing it. And now we have all the interviews. And this is also integral to this box set, is that the artist is involved in this set. I just want to say that again. This isn't a box set that's been put together because an artist has sold all its publishing rights, and they've now have no control over what the label wants to do. The artist is heavily involved in how this looks, what's included, what can be included, and passionately talking about their lives, because they know they're working with a record label that really cares about their career and really cares about the fans who followed this career. And then at the end we have a track listing of every single CD, of which there are more CDs in here. So at the bottom of this page, we're at disc 23, disc 37 over here. The long lost disco album, reunited live albums, and then disc 45, which is the vinyl one. But all of this, and then we have the concept by Ian Crockett, who really is a guy who's so passionate about the work they do at Madfish. But everything about this is just stunning. And all the members of the Four Seasons, because you can imagine over this amount of time, there has been quite a few of them. So what else is in this box, which still weighs a ton, okay? In the box, see how normally in a Madfish set, as soon as you pull out a batch of records, underneath it is just the bottom of the box. But oh no, not here. As you pull out one batch, you have another batch sitting underneath that batch. There were so many discs in here. I'm going to do my best to show them you, because this is an opportunity to do a complete unboxing, really, and they're not in any particular order. But each one of them has a gatefold sleeve, and you can see what this one here, The Four Seasons, Who Loves You, from 1975. There are loads of unreleased tracks. So each one has a gatefold sleeve, and if there are bonus tracks, there are bonus tracks on them. This is the live album, one of the double live album. So there's 2 discs. Look how well this has been put together. Amazing. So that's one batch, and the other batch was under there. If I just take this outer sleeve off, which helps keep them all together. But all gatefold sleeves. Some of them are kind of mono and stereo. So what they've done here is that when it says mono stereo, is that the album itself will repeat itself in stereo or mono. It's one of a couple of Christmas albums I've just gone past. And as I say, as I lift up one batch of albums, there's another batch of albums sitting underneath. It's just amazing. Okay, it's just amazing. And they're all little gatefolds with loads of bonus tracks. Just think of me when I have to put all this back together at the end. It's incredible. Here's the one this is the vinyl one that you saw me open, also in the set. But for a Frankie Valli fan, this is the best box set you'll have ever encountered, without a doubt. Even some of these that, I remember that myself, of course, is the Grease one. From New Jersey. So Bruce, Southside Johnny, Bon Jovi. New Jersey has given us some great artists. Some absolutely incredible artists. So I've just been showing you what feels like, for quite a while now, the albums that are in this set. And I've done 2 of the set box areas in the set. That's all I've done. And as I lift up this next batch, as you see underneath, there are 2 lots. So is this value for money? I'll tell you about the pricing afterwards. I think it started at £350, which I think for what you get is worth it. But you can get this set at an absolute bargain. And I just think that there are reasons for that, which I'll touch on, because I have spoken to the record label and had discussions about this. See this Christmas album here. When I played it, it's in mono and stereo. There's a mono version and a stereo version on the same disc. It was like being at home when I was growing up with my mum and dad. That's what it reminded me. It was like Christmas songs as they used to be. Amazing stuff. And there's obviously lots of unreleased stuff. Look at all these alternative mixes and stuff. And another one. And incredible that that Frankie Valli has had such a long career that covers every single decade in popular music, really. Sorry, I feel like I should be. If I've missed out showing you the back of some of these things. It's another live one. I don't mean to have done. It's just there's so many. And then we're into the final batch, which I'll bring them both out at the same time if I can. I can. Good. So some of these are like the really classic 50s and 60s stuff. But of course, a lot of these albums are going through the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the noughties, right up until now, really. But I just wanted to be able to show you everything that's in the box. So if you are tempted, or you know somebody in your family that would love you forever if you bought them this, then this would be it, wouldn't it? The Lost Disco album. Oh, it's found now. And lots of Motown unreleased Motown classics. 1980s, see rare alternatives and unissued. Special single mixes. There is nothing that's not included. Oh, What a Night, the 1988 12-inch remix. Should you want to know that, it's in there. And then Life at Lucifer's in Boston from 1973 with a great picture of Frankie on the back. So that is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, the ultimate collection. And now I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are. So there you have it. That's a look inside Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Working our way back to you, the ultimate collection. The ultimate collection. Each one of these albums is remastered. You've seen the book, you've seen everything that's in it. The ultimate collection. How many times do we see that word? The definitive edition, the super deluxe edition, and then there's another version comes out, or something else appears, and there's this. Because when I went through this, Madfish have done some amazing box sets, haven't they? Gentle Giant, Wishbone Ash, Horselips, all sorts of herbs, Steve Hillage, John Mayall. I could just keep going on, and even the kind of smaller ones. But when you think of some of the bands that could have easily, Yes, Genesis, King Crimson, Purple, and if someone had the foresight, I could even bring in Jimmy Page, couldn't I, and say, all those live tapes that you have and you still think we're not quite ready to hear them, instead of doing these individual things, this box set is how you do the ultimate box set, isn't it? There were 2,500 copies of this have been made. And Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. This is one, and I'm going to talk, let's just talk a bit about him. Let's go to New Jersey, shall we? In the 50s. This is a guy that was playing up until just, well, he might still be playing. He's 92 and he's still treading the boards. Still playing up to a couple of years ago on a tour. 92. New Jersey. That's Southside Johnny, Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. All those decades. And Frankie Valli, there he is. And I went through, showed you all the albums, so I wanted to make sure you could see all the way it's been put together. This is just an amazing feat of archaeological musical engineering to pull all this stuff together. But here we go. Well, I think the record label pulled this together, and the average age for a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons fan is possibly older than me. And also, and this is a humbling thing to say, but I want to say this because Frankie Valli is 92. So, and I always think that for a lot of rock bands and fans, the people that we follow from my generation, if you're 25, what I'm about to say means probably not a lot. But for my generation, it was like the bands were about 10, 15 years older than me. Whoever the bands are that I loved, they're probably, I'm in my mid-60s, they're in their mid-70s and beyond, okay? So if you're a Frankie Valli fan and you're from earlier than me, and he's 92, there's a good chance that you're in your late 70s or 80s. And at that age, you're probably not on YouTube or on social media, and you may not even know that this exists. And if it does exist, do you have somewhere to put this? And is it what you want? That's the problem, isn't it? I think there are about 700 copies of this left in the world, in the wild. And the price varies loads. I know some people at the Now Spinning magazine Facebook group have picked this up for £150, but it retails at £350. But when they're gone, they're gone. But I just wanted to show you the box set because I wanted to show you what can happen when the artist is involved and all the key people are involved, and how influential this artist is, still around, still with us, and that's what can be done. And I thought that was probably an interesting way of putting it across, really, because what have I done? I've got this. Well, I've listened to the live album, and I've listened to the Christmas albums, actually, which, as I said, I went to listen to the Christmas albums and the book, and I think this is what these sets do. They are a piece of musical archaeology, aren't they? Because it's everything. Oh, it's everything you'd ever want. 44 odd albums, and I know that everyone who's bought this in the Now Spinning magazine community, I don't think anybody's gone all the way through it yet. It's just so much. There's just so much in it. There's just so much in it. And I suppose you could say there's not many artists that would have that many albums to remaster and stick in a box. But it's amazing, isn't it? And I think I wanted to show it because I think Madfish, no one else does these. No one else could do this, and I think they usually fly off the shelves, and this one has got a few left, and I do think maybe it's because of the demographic that it was aimed at. Some of them might be in homes, residential homes, and where are they going to put this and how they're going to play it. It certainly couldn't be a vinyl set, could it? But for those of us who are still here, this is why it's important that the labels that are out there doing these kind of deluxe, definitive, ultimate sets, get on with it. Because, those of us who want these things, and say, going back to Jimmy Page, just get a grip, Jim. God's sake. I mean, anyway. But this is a portal into the 60s? No, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, 2010s, and Frankie's still there now, 92. I mean, we might think that, gosh, that's mad, isn't it? But Mick Jagger's, how old is he? 82, 83, still doing it? Rock and roll keeps you young. Music keeps you young. Music is the healer and the doctor. I totally believe that. And I adore this set. Massive. So that's Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, the Ultimate Collection. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you think. Would you, if a record label, and it would have to be the Madfish really, could do something like this for your favourite artist, who would you like to have a box set done? What artist would you pick to stick in a box with this amount of girth on it? Be interesting to know. And if you've got this, what do you think? Because I know that the people who have got it, it's just the best thing they've got. But I find finally that anyone who buys a Madfish box set, whether it's the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, or whether it's Horse Lips, or whether it's Wishbone Ash, that's it. It's the best box set you've ever had in your life. And I know when the Wishbone Ash sets, they suddenly found some, and they were £1,000 each. People, they just sold instantly, because these sets, there is nothing else like them. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, if you want to become part of our community, please become a patron or YouTube member, and you'll get access to our WhatsApp groups, our Facebook group, and you can also come to our private pub, the Now Spinning Arms, which meets twice a month. And lots of other stuff as well. So take care, all of you, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon.